Already started this build, but this has got a 289 small block Ford, and we are rebuilding everything in it because it sat in a field for like 20 years and they're doing a restoration, and so we got everything, all the old stuff painted. You know
how the car looks though.
Yeah.
Field for that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Aged freaking well.
Yeah, perfect patina on this thing. I mean, yeah, they're not going to paint the outside. We're just going to keep it like that. The interior is still gorgeous. He's got parts coming in for it to make it look more original. The only thing we need to make brand new again is this trunk liner here, because as you can see, the rust got to it, and that's just normal with these cars. This is a 1965 Mercury Comet. We're going to make this thing have some great power again. So we've got pretty much brand new everything. What happened is they let it sit, and then the old lifters collapsed, and
bent push rods.
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of bent push rods. So if you can see, yeah, that is not right. But yeah, so we got those. We got new rocker arms coming, new valves, because the old valves are kind of torn up, because what happened was once those lifters collapsed, the rocker arm got loose and fell off the valve. And once it fell off the valve, I mean, it sat there and kind of tore everything up, bent the push rods and all that. So new heads, got to get these things all lapped and perfectly sealed. Everything's painted, got new studs, the intake manifold painted, valve covers painted. We got a timing kit, a brand new oil pump, because that's a must. Painted the oil pan, got a whole gasket set, got all the lifters and the push rods. And so we're gonna make this thing run really well.
But besides the engine, I'm all around impressed with the vehicle.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, even like a couple of the grease fingerprints, just for aesthetic, just clear coated as it is. And like even the guy agreed. Like when I said that.
Yeah, I love that front end though. That front end's gorgeous.
Like, this is how you know this is real, like freaking steel. Like this probably would have been gone on any other. Like if this sat in a field for like 20, 30 years, that bumper would have been in fucking shambles.
Yeah. Do you know how the windshield wipers sprayer works?
I was looking at those. Is that a part of this?
Yes, they're not connected right now. We're gonna have to fix that. But do you know how it actually sprays the?
Look at that.
Yeah. Check this out. So in order to spray your washer fluid, and you see this little thing right here, you go.
Oh, it's a manual pump.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a pedal, dude. You just sit there and pump it. But yeah, the inside of it's good. They got the new bottom. The bottom was completely rusted out, so they replaced that. Yeah, he's got a new panel for that side. I mean, this thing's nice. Yeah, right now I'm just cleaning off the surfaces on the block, and I'm trying to replace that master cylinder, but the timing chain needs to be replaced like bad. But yeah, that's the play that it has. So we're gonna replace that. Okay, so first thing, I've already got this side done, and I'm lapping the valves. I got brand new valves, and so I have a little suction cup thing, and I sit there and put lapping compound on and lap those valves. Y'all seen me do that before. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. And so next we're gonna go ahead and do the timing chain. Timing these things are really simple. And this is your little cam gear for the mechanical fuel pump. Oh, okay. We got that off. I pulled the dowel pin with it, huh? And then we take this old one out. So you want to make sure that your crank is at top dead center, which it's slightly over, so I'm going to pull that back over. So you want to go ahead and just hang her off like this. You know, get it to where these two dots, that dot and this dot, are fairly close to each other and lined up perfectly. And then you take your old one off, of course. We don't need that anymore, so we're gonna drop that down. Then you slide this one on, make sure it goes on the keyway. And then as long as it lines up. So like that, well, let's see, that looks, let's see, maybe tooth off, I don't know. Let's see, go like that. And then it might need a little bit of gentle persuasion to get that thing all the way on there. So once you get this knocked on a little bit, it's a nice brand new chain, so it's all tight and everything like that. Get her on, there you go. Boom, right there, just like that. That is timed. So you look at it, those two line up just right there. So we got a perfect time right there. And then so now we just put on the cam for the mechanical fuel pump right there. And after that, you're good. This thing is mint. That's pretty much it as far as timing it. Oh yeah, one more thing. So these old style heads, I mean, it's in 1965. And they used to use something called an umbrella type valve stem seal. And these things, I can't believe they actually let them use this because, well, this is supposed to help prevent oil from going past your guides. But this thing does not, like, it doesn't stick. What this does just rides on the valve over and over again. So back then, they used to have full service gas stations. You'd have somebody come out and pour a quart of oil in, you would burn oil. So we upgraded that because we have a high volume pump. I'll show you how to install that. We upgraded to these. Now I had some that are like this. It only had one ring on it like that, but the plastic on the inside, which is stupid, I think it should be always one piece like this. These little plastic inserts, you could just, when I was installing it, I installed them on this side because I thought they would be good, and then after the last one, this happened. That fell out, and I was like, oh my god. We don't want that to happen. So I went to my machine shop guy and he got me these. There's no way I'm gonna ever use anything that's not high quality, and so I'm glad that I went and found these. Use something that's good and high quality. If you have to pay a little bit more for it, do it, because you don't want to have to pull these things back apart just to replace a little seal on it. I got the front cover seal in. So now we're just going to clean a little bit more of the surfaces off. So when installing the oil pump, you want to pretty much just have this, your drive shaft for the oil pump. You can install it either from the top or from the bottom. I kind of like to do it from the bottom so it's all lined up. So I got the heads on, front covers on, harmonic balancers on, oil pans on, and yeah, we're getting there. I just need to throw on the exhaust manifolds. I'm still not done with torque sequence. I can't really throw those on until I finish torquing it because they get in the way of the studs. Torque sequence for this thing. You got 3 steps. First step, 50 foot-pounds. Second step, 60 foot-pounds. Third step, 70 foot-pounds. And then you're good. All the valves were lapped, and they lapped great. And so we got new rocker arms too, and then new push rods. So yeah, it's coming together. So I went ahead and did a lot and didn't record it like most of this video, but yeah, we got everything on as far as the accessories, water pump, intake manifold. So I got the valves adjusted and everything seems to be good. These things you just you adjust it to where you get a little bit of resistance, and then once you have that resistance from spinning it like that, you just do a half turn to a 3/4 turn and it should be good. That's all you need. So I'm gonna get the carb on, we're gonna get this thing fired up and purged and all that. And hey guys, this video was cut short because I was actually moving like right after this, and so I had to rush to get everything ready. So yeah, I don't have any more content on this vehicle, but the next few videos that are going to be coming up are from our new house, and you're going to love it, and we are going to boost a car, so don't miss it. Stay tuned and keep on boosting the world.